Okay, let's look at the average value of function f of x over an interval from a to b, right? So if you want to find the average value, all you really have to do is integrate the function over the interval and divide it through by the length of the interval, right? How do we get that, right? So let's try to see if we can figure this out, right? So let's say this blue curve is the graph of the function and going from a to b, right? So the integral represents the area under the curve from a to b. So I'm going to shade it in green. So this is the integral, definite integral from a to b of f of x dx, right? So it's basically, this is the green one, right? This guy is the green region. All right, then let's just eyeball the average value. So you can see that it's a low f value, and they're getting higher, and probably around the highest, and it come down a bit. All right, so let's just eyeball the average value of the function is around this point right here. All right, so I'm going from a to b using the average value. I'm gonna draw a rectangle. I'm gonna shade it in purple, right, like this. Alright, so since I'm taking the average value, can you see that the area of the rectangle is going to be the same as area under the graph of f of x from a to b? Right, you can see that this is just a little bit over, but that's going to cancel with this part, so they are equal to each other, right? So if you recognize that, then okay, so this is what you can do is in order to find this rectangular area, so that's going to be average value, base times height. So base is going to be the length from a to b, so base is b minus a, times height is the average value, so average value, right? So that's the area of this rectangle, and this got to be the same as the integral from a to b f of x dx, right? Then all we really have to do is divide both sides by quantity b minus a. Then we'll get the average value is equal to 1 over b minus a integral from a to b f of x dx, right? Which is exactly what we have up here, right? So that checks out. All right, so let's apply that to a simple function f of x, 3x squared minus 2x over interval from -1 to 2. All right, so let's find the average value. So average value of this function f is going to be, right, 1 over, right, b is 2 minus a is -1, integral from -1 to 2. Right, the function is 3x squared minus 2x dx. Right, so we have that. We just have to evaluate it. Right, so this is going to be equal to 1 over, right, 3 minus -1, so you're adding 1, so that's going to be 3. Right, then antiderivative of 3x squared would be x cubed. Right, then you're subtracting antiderivative of 2x is x squared. Right, then you're going from -1 to 2. Right, so this is going to be equal to, so 1/3. Right, then we plug in 2 first. Plug in 2, so that would be 8. Minus, plug in 2, 2 squared is 4. Then minus, we plug in -1, so it's going to be -1 cubed is still -1. Minus -1 squared, so it's going to be -1. All right. So this is going to be equal to, what's this? So that's going to be 4. Then it's going to be minus, so it's going to be 4 plus 2, 6, divided by 3, so it's 2. All right, so average value of this function f of x over an interval from -1 to 2 is 2. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.